Good morning. I'm Bob Stevens, the CEO, founder, president, chief engineer for Energy Miser. Energy Miser presents the answer to the energy crisis with its fuel cell. It's an ORC, organic Rankine cycle, commonly known as waste heat, and Brayton cycle, which is supercritical CO2, Brayton cycle, fuel cell, creating jobs and triggering an economic and industrial revolution. The problem? True, sustainable, 24/7 alternative green energy in the form of electricity. Energy Miser is a division of the Green Renewable Earth Energy Corporation, Maryland Corporation. The Energy Miser fuel cell is a true, alternative, sustainable green energy source with zero exhaust, zero carbon footprint, and uses existing footprints. The primary market is power supply to the grid. Maryland must come up with 40% more electricity immediately in order to draw new businesses into Maryland. Energy Miser's ORC, also known as waste heat fuel cell, is unmatched throughout the world, capable of 24/7 uninterrupted electric generation with none of the footprint impacts or environmental impacts or lack of light and wind issues associated with solar and wind. Energy Miser's fuel cell is designed to provide 40 years of generation. The footprint base for a 1 megawatt Energy Miser fuel cell, including the turbine generator, is 7 feet square with a height of 5 feet. Just to elaborate a little bit on the organic Rankine cycle, traditionally you have industries with furnaces, landfills that produce waste heat. It is then recaptured and converted into electricity. What the fuel cell does is shrink the acres required to do the organic Rankine cycle generation waste heat down, in this case to a 7 square foot base with a 5-foot height for 1 megawatt. The secondary market is transportation. All vehicles, boats, planes, and drones. A small package could be dropped into vehicles powering electric motor, eliminating all rechargeable batteries. For example, the new Ford Focus is 37 kilowatt requirement to power that motor. Dropping a 2.5 cubic foot container, also containing the 50 kilowatt Energy Miser package consisting of the fuel cell, the mini turbine generator, into the Focus, eliminates all the lithium batteries, any need for charging, recharging, or fueling of any type. Literally a 40-year sustainable alternative fuel supply. Again, zero emissions, zero carbon footprint. The plan is to offer exclusively in Detroit American vehicles. This would spark the next great American industrial and economic revolution. Think of the jobs created with this. There is no current competition to any Energy Miser's ORC and Brayton cycle fuel cell. This is a breakthrough technological development unknown to the public or to the industry. The requested funding to implement the first 2 1 megawatt per location generation stations is $4 million, $2 million per location. Currently, for this type of electricity, power supply companies are paying 6 cents and more a kilowatt hour. This means the annual revenues per location at 1 megawatt would be $525,600. Over a 10-year contract life, that's over $5 million per location. Funding allows the purchasing of the turbine generators, turbine electric generators, and also the building of the fuel cells. Purchase of existing sites and modifications necessary to that. The project completion time due to the necessary time for the manufacture of the turbine is 1 year. This could be shrunk, again creating jobs, by subcontracting to various machine shops in Maryland, the manufacture of the turbine. The time could be shrunk to under 2 months. When the 2 months is up, the power is up, we're generating revenues from the grid. Again, I'm the founder, CEO, chief engineer, of Energy Miser. I have an industrial engineering degree from University of Maryland, extensive experience in environmental technology, renewable, sustainable green energy. I'm also the founder, CEO of the Green Renewable Earth Energy Corporation, the parent corporation for Energy Miser. I hold the trademark for Energy Miser. I hold the patent pending for the fuel cell. I developed a fuel cell independently without any outside technological help or funding or grants of any type. I also hold 25 copyrights and several other patents, including a car which I designed when I was 16, began building when I was 18 while I was attending University of Maryland.